Hey guys, NS Productions 8104 here, and today we're going to do layout update number 18. That's right, layout update number 18. So we're going to start off here in the corner. I have made a dirt road that goes across the track, both main lines, next to the main line into the yard lead, crosses right there once I get it complete, and then goes into the yard and then crosses the engine tracks again, once again. So that's the one thing I've done. I've been adding more grass to the railroad. Once I get that all glued down, it's gonna look a heck of a lot better and it's gonna look great. I bought some other turf last night to sprinkle in a little bit of different colors, so that way it's not just pure green. The biggest thing though I've added to the railroad is I've added a piece of plywood and a piece of 1x8, and I have now expanded the yard so it curves, connects up, and now I can enter trains. So now trains can enter from both ends of the yard. Makes it a heck of a lot better for operations, and honestly, it looks better. There's even a little spur track here that goes in between the two tracks with plenty of space for a couple cars. I'm thinking about maybe putting like MOW cars or cabooses in there or something. Just, something to keep in there, keep out of the way, and basically give me a little bit more storage on the rest of the tracks. I got a new bridge. Got rid of the crappy, broken, beat up arch bridge, and now I got two Atlas kit bridges. Built them, put them together, glued the two middle here with some styrene on the ends. That's 080. And then underneath, I basically continued the bracing underneath to help glue it, so that way I got structural support this way and here. But trains run over it good, and it allows me to clean both bridge tracks much, much easier. That was the one thing about the arch bridge. I couldn't get in there and clean the track. So there's that. I've added more grass there. More grass there. That's about it for layout updates. I've been busy the last couple months. Work has been keeping me busy. Personal life. But my dad just caught COVID, so I am now off work for the next week or so whenever I can go test, because I have to wait 5 days. After his 5 days is up, I have to wait 48 hours, and then I could test again, according to my work's policy. So I'll be sitting around, probably working on projects for the next couple days. So layout updates is done. Let's talk about new locomotives and rolling stock. Well, obviously, big ones right here. The Scale Train ZS44s came in, so I have the 8105 and the 8114. And the best part is, I caught that Heritage unit going through my area the night before that unit was delivered. So, prototype, model. It couldn't have been any better. So, I got the 8105 here with the manifest. And if you guys are observant, you'll notice a couple different cars in the manifest. So, that's new. Here's literally the two newest. This came in Christmas Eve. Today is now the 27th. So this came in Christmas Eve. This came in today. These are both of the new, I think it's like the 5th or 6th run of Scale Trains -9s. I got two NS ones, and I'm telling you right now, I love them. They run great. They look great, and it's nice to have some more D9s on the roster. Because before, the only NS-9 I had was the MTH model. And that was the only -9 I had. Until I got the top hat. And then these two. So now I have a trio of -9s equipped with the ESU Loc sound. I'm hoping I can get some more. I want some more. Because I want one or two in the old logo. Like my MTH-9. So those are the 4 newest locomotives to the roster. Actually, there's a couple other ones, but we'll get to those in a minute. Going back over to here to the 8114 consist. So obviously we got the original Norfolk Southern Heritage unit. But why is my Athearn Genesis Ace doing up here? Well, this has been gutted, equipped with LEDs. So it's got LED headlights, ditch lights on both ends, and ground lights. And this has got ESU Lokesound V5 because I also bought a Loke programmer when they came in stock, because I have obviously a fleet of scale trains engines and they're ever so growing. I am now up to 9 scale trains locomotives in the past 2 years. So I'm getting more and more every year. So I got the Loke programmer, and now that has an ESU Lokesound V5 using a Nix Trains decoder buddy. I bought 3. Here's one. One's in there. And I've also have one other locomotive project that I'm working on, which is my ES44 DC. It now has LEDs, and we'll be eventually getting a Lokesound V5 here and probably in the next couple weeks. That other decoder buddy is going to go in the Pennsylvania Heritage unit. And that's going to become another part of the scale trains fleet, so that way I have a nice variety of heritage units with plain black units, but there's going to be a variety of each. Eventually, all my roster is going to become either Loke pilots or Loke sounds, because honestly, they're kind of nice. I don't have to freaking screw with resistors. It's great when you don't have to solder in literally a load of resistors. That engine's got, let's think, there's 2 LEDs in the headlight, 2 LEDs in the number boards, front ditch lights, that's 4, ground lights 6, the 3 walkway lights 9, and that's got 9 resistors in there, and man oh man does that shell get warm because of it. So if I can get rid of the resistors, it'd be great. And not only that, but the Nix decoder buddies, because the light module is separate, you can actually separate it from the board. It makes shell removal great, because I solder everything that stays on everything on the chassis on the bottom board, and then everything that doesn't stay on the chassis goes on the top board, so I can just go whoop, and then take off the shell, unplug it. If I need to work on the frame, I can work on the frame. If I need to work on the chassis, on the shell, I can work on the shell. So there's that. And then we got one other locomotive. Oh, yeah. This guy, sadly, Paramarket 1225, aka the Rail Polar Express, is down. Its motor decided to fry. I just ordered a new motor from Bachmann. They were packaging it today, so hopefully in the next couple of days it'll be shipped, and hopefully I can get that thing up and running by New Year's. Another engine I have picked up recently is this. You know what this is? This is a tender to a Southern Pacific GS4 class. And as you can see, it's for 4449, but this was not its original road number. Its original road number was 4444. I bought this off of eBay for $550, lately used. And, well, let's just say I love it. It's a beauty. I've always wanted an MTH Daylight. The Broadways are almost always so hard to find. Not only that, but I don't like the Paragon 2s. So there's that. And I wanted a 4449, so I custom made my own 4449. So yeah. MTH, Protosound 3, Southern Pacific GS4, numbered 4449. I am working on renumbering the number boards. When this thing first arrived, the number boards were in the middle, like how they were delivered. But because MTH was smart, it's not cast in, it's a separately applied piece. So you can see that little shimmer of little shimmer black right there. That was the plug piece for the front, so I literally just took the shell off, reversed it. They had mounts for the LED board to go right there, so I did that. And plus, because of the way the board's designed, it was designed to go around the smoke unit, so it all works great. It's got a working cab light, working Mars light, marker lights, number board lights, headlight, tender light. Really nice model, really chunky model, love it. Just word of caution, if you plan on replacing the driver with the traction tire like I did, be careful of the side rods. They are made out of metal and they are thin and fragile. I found that out the hard way. I had to freaking resolder that. But so far, so good. So there's that. Runs great, sounds great, awesome model. Now, on to rolling stock. Because recently we had a train show up here in November. So I have picked up quite a few new members of rolling stock. And with Christmas just going by, I got some Christmas gifts too. So we're going to start it off here. I didn't get this at the train show. I got this from a friend of mine. This is a Stewart's Hobbies 100-ton 3-bay hopper, and it's obviously in Conrail paint, but it's prototypical because NS bought, I think it was like 57% of Conrail. So there's a nice big old Conrail hopper on this NS Cold Drag. That's another thing that came in, is my Scale Trains order for the operator Beth Gons. I got 6 of them. There they are. Great looking cars, great running cars. Love them. I got a nice long Cold Drag now. Another thing I've picked up, as you can see right there where the excavator is sitting, I picked up 10, what's it, 10? No, sorry, 8 AccuRail kits that are for the 89-foot flats, and 6 of them are undecorated, 2 are decorated. The 2 decorated models are in the TTX Brown. So I obviously won't use them. I'm planning on selling those kits. But I built all the undecorated kits, and they're going to become flat cars. Some of them, most of them are going to get transformed into general service flat cars, because right now they're set up for trailer train for TOFC and COFC service, or trailer on flat car and container on flat car service, by the middle groove and by the latches and all that. So that's going to get all sanded down, removed, and they're going to become general service flat cars. I got that one on the MOW train. Another item I picked up at the train show. This is actually the first item I picked up at the train show. Is this? This is a No Fucking Western Atlas caboose. Bought it for $15. You heard me. $15 for that nice car. Not bad at all. Obviously, it didn't come with the original box, but I couldn't beat it the price. The only thing I had to do when I came home is colored the wheels, which almost all of my rolling stock wheels are now colored brown. I don't know if you noticed that. I did a little bit of weathering with my entire fleet. So now that's got brown wheels and KDs. That's the only modifications I did to that caboose. Besides that, looks great, runs great. I love it. I have a nice caboose for my MOW train. Another car I picked up is right there. That is a Walthers Gold Series center beam flat car in CSX reporting marks. Great looking car, great running car. The only thing I had to do was throw on some 36-inch wheel sets, which I bought 100 back of them and did all my grain hoppers and coal cars and tank cars with 36-inch wheels. So now all of my cars got the right wheels. I'm ordering more 33-inch here soon. I got a couple other cars that need their 33-inch, and then I need to order some 28-inch for my auto racks, because I got 2 of them. So there's another car. Actually, technically this is 3 cars, but it's 1 because it's got the same road number and they're all interconnected. Is this. This is a Bowser 57-foot spine car pack, obviously, and I have got this for Christmas. Same thing with the trailers. Those are Walthers trailers. They're really nice. They're 53-foot trailers, so they look pretty good on the cars, I say so. Another car I picked up from my local train show is this car. This is a Walthers Proto 53-foot well car, and it was an undecorated kit I bought. Well, because it was undecorated, and it was right after Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I found some pink at the local hardware store, I made it on track for a cure car. Now, it's not 100% accurate, but it's good enough. It looks good, it runs good, it looks good enough. So, there's that car. That was a 3-pack I bought off of Facebook Marketplace for 100 of them, for $100. I got a 3-pack of 53 foots. My 53-foot container cars are slowly growing. I got that car. A week later, I found that on Facebook. I'm like, I'm buying it because I want more 53s. I'm going to keep one in the CP red. The other 2 are going to get stripped and repainted into TTX colors, because that's another thing I got. I got a airbrush kit from Amazon for my birthday. So I now have a airbrush system. So I'm happy about that. Now, the crown jewel I found at that train show is right up here on the front of this train. That, my friends, it did not come in a box, but I knew exactly what it was as soon as I saw it. That is a Walthers Gold Series TTX Ford truck depressed-centered flat car. I paid $20 for the flat car with the load. $20. I couldn't believe the price when he sent home me $20. I gave him the money immediately, and it came right home with me. They had another 4-axle one, except that it was just a flat deck. I didn't want to get it because I had one. I don't need multiples of the heavy-duty cars. I'm kind of regretting that. I could use that for wrecked locomotive loads. Here's another thing I picked up from the train show. I picked up this car. It's another Walthers 89-foot flat car. See, this is a flush deck, but it's got the pinholes for the trailer hitches. I'm going to fill those up with putty, smooth them flat, paint it up in a brownish color on the top so that it looks like a wood deck, or whatever, steel deck or whatever. There's that, and then here's the other 5 kits. This is what I was talking about. See, these got these grooves, and they got these details for trailers, but these are all going to get sanded down, and it's going to get the same treatment. It's going to get painted in the TTX yellow with the decals applied, and then the top's going to get the silver decking, or gray decking, whatever what the heck you want to call it. Now, this was the ultimate find of the train show. It's not a complete set. I'm missing the observation car. So if any of you guys out there have an Norfolk and Western River Rossi observation car and you're willing to let it go for a decent price, send me a message via my email, which you can find on my channel page. This is 8 cars worth. You heard me. 8 cars worth of Norfolk and Western passenger car equipment. And most of them, literally all but one, have interiors. Except for the RPL car, the baggage car. Doesn't have an interior. But all of them are equipped with interiors. So I got several coaches. Almost every last one of them is different. If they're not, well, I'll be renumbering them anyway. But see, they all got almost all of them got interiors. Yeah, there's another one of those cars. Got a dining car with an interior. This is the passenger car without the interior, Franklin County, which I'm going to find an interior for, or just leave it as is, or custom 3D print one, because eventually I want to get a 3D printer. So I found those. So overall this year, it's been a good year for the railroad. We've gotten 5 new we've had a lot of new locomotives in the past year. We've had all the engines up here. We have the big boy, the Daylight, the T1, the E8, all 3 of the new demo units, the ACU. It's been a good year. Sold off a bunch of models, but I got a lot of better ones, I'm sorry to say. I got a couple of projects I'm working on. My Concord GP38-2 that's the frame right there. It's been currently stripped, removed of the molded on grab irons and such parts, and those are going to get replaced with separately applied parts because I don't like it. I will have 2 SD40-2s up for sale here in the next couple months, because this week, actually tomorrow, I am picking up an Intermountain SD40-2 in Conrail paint, but it's going to get stripped and turned into a Norfolk Southern. I want at least one of an ex-Conrail unit on the railroad, because it's got instead of the normal, I think it's the normal trucks that the SD40-2s came with, it has the other ones which came on the SD45s, and that much, so they got the much wider gap between the trucks and the wheel bit and the fuel tank. So I want to have one of those. I got 2 Athearn Blue Box models, which I'm gonna super decal right, all that, get detail parts applied, all that fun stuff. And then they're gonna get interior. Then they're gonna get whole new drivetrains, whole new motors, all that from A-Line, and all that. And then eventually they're gonna get a DCC decoder, and I'm gonna sell them for like $200 or about $200. Because these things are going to be super modeled, super detailed. I can do a little bit of road grime because they're going to get snow plows. If their prototypes have snow plows, I'm going to find prototypes. I think I'm turning the one that's currently sitting downstairs, drying. That one's going to get turned into a 3500 series SD40-2. Because that's the thing about NS. NS has got so many unique SD40-2s, it's hard to find a prototype that's almost standard stock. Because a lot of them have been rebuilt with the Admiral cabs. A lot of them have the Conrail trucks, or a lot of them were ex-SD40s rebuilt in the SD40-2 standards, and they kept their original trucks. So it's hard to find prototypes. The GP50 project will be getting moved along here too. The GP40 and the GP and the slug unit, that's going to get worked on here. The slug's going to get the same treatment. I'm going to work on it, get it all done up and all that crap. But, yeah. So, that's all that's new for the channel and the layout. So, we'll leave it, but we'll run some trains. Oh, I did get one other thing. I did get another throttle. Here we go. So, I got another throttle for the railroad. We'll run the manifest by, and we'll send out the cold drag, and that'll be the end of the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the layout update. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys on the next adventure. I hope you all have a happy new year.